Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is an opportunity to put before the larger community that might be happily blessed, I hope that's the way they do it, of hearing me talk. As I've reflected on many times in the past, a very much wanted little boy and looked after like a little angel should be looked after. Let's remember we all were born little angels here to assist the development of our society. That I think is the role for every thinking person, and it's a pity that it's become rather professional. By the time I'd been in Canada, oh, 12 years, I realized that things had gone sadly astray and that everything we see today was being pointed out to us by a variety of people who claimed really to be serving the best interests of the people by keeping them abreast, I suppose is the word, of current events. For instance, we had Alec Jones. Well, I'm a fluid druid myself, and a fluid druid is a person that was born to a certain lineage of spiritual people. All families have them, and they're usually seen as drug addicts. And of course, we have recovering drug addicts leading our way today, and in a way. And Russell, a man who could very well be my grandson, uh, has broken that. So even that is not the real importance. As I heard him say just the other day, now I'm talking to you, Russell. Uh, you said you have a head full of light. Yes, young man, you do. And you're an angel, and there's no question about that. So I think you need to recognize that you are serving the divine will. And we are all serving the divine will, whether we like it or not. Now, a lot of people say, well, that divine will stuff, people think you're going to live forever. Well, those of us who think we've died a number of times and have even experienced paradise on earth know very well that we are, in fact, holons, I think they're called now. They make up these names. Well, we are whole ones. In other words, not only are we in the universe, we are the universe, because in a curious way, we are the center of our own experiential adventures. And they are, in a sense, solitary, singular, and can be shared in groups, especially, I think, harmonious, large scale singing has a wonderful effect. And I think that those kinds of things can bring us back to normalcy when we perhaps begin to have a good look at the value that there has been in the mysticism that has been followed along below, if you will, and above, if you will, the understandings that are put before us by the collective consciousness. That means everything. Now, we don't all get all of it, everything, all the time, of course, because you can't get everything, all of it, all the time, because if you did, you just have a pile of pieces. Now, I've been observing the ideas from people that have made it to be public figures under a situation which has been largely controlled by the people who are trying to make the world actually a better place. But the problem is they've been led astray. And whenever the banks, the great banks, decide, well, we're going to stop playing this game with money, and the people say, oh, we can't do without you, and they say, well, you can't actually do without us, but on the other hand, we can do without you. So we really don't want to play anymore these restricted rubbish games that are based on profit. Profit is a fraud. Profit is something that is not necessary. We have to move from conventional economics to conventional logistics, which is the way that the military take care of things. So in a society that becomes a police state, then of course that situation becomes everybody's signed up to be a part of the government order, and in that sense, whatever there is by way of development of personal identity and joyous uh, leisure state are denied because there's a great fear. So when a great fear emerges, children, and the great fear has been, I guess, somehow or other, people become aware that we have to fear certain things. Well, the practice of fear is actually giving away your freedom. Simply say, I'm not entering any fear farms. I'm not going to be pushed around by people that try to dominate me, by a society which has completely corrupted itself over all the years. So this was in the 12 years I was observing this in Canada. And then I started the Canadian caretaker movement. Now, the Canadian caretaker movement was saying, well, we need to develop this with an open forum. And we need to evolve as a species. We need to entertain elevated ideas. And what are those? Well, mostly, how do we get it done? And what is it we want to do? So you have to have your purpose clearly in mind. And I have only really one practical purpose that I've been pursuing since I was 14 years of age, and that's to see the end of the world wars generally. Now, we don't need to have any wars, children. We don't need any more at all. We are now at a period when everything has gone sideways. Why? Because we've had the good guys and the bad guys. The good guys basically try to serve what they believe is the best interest of everybody, which I think most people that believe in the idea of the Almighty or serving God, all of those people would simply say freedom, freedom to live freely in a way which is not oppressed in any way by anything. There's no need for that. Well, we are all drawn into the earth by the gravity of the situation of today, so we have to find solutions. And those solutions actually were discovered a long, long time ago. And I think I had those solutions. What year would that be? That be April 29th, Saturday noon. What year would that be? I don't know. But anyway, it was the caretaker movement. And I'm not actually feeling as inspired as I sometimes feel because I don't like to criticize. But one of my heroes has always been, well, no name so Patro. But I find that a lot of these people that project on the future are actually propagandizing for the very things that they say, oh, it's all happening to us. Well, the more people that believe it is happening to you, whether it is or in factually not, is bringing on that experience. I do believe that the nature of culture produces a reaction to its own forward misery. And looking over my shoulder, there is a face. Now, I don't know what that face is. What am I looking at there? Wow. And now I don't see it anymore. That's very strange. Well, of course, wait a minute. There it is. It's just over the corner of my shoulder. How many people see that? I see almost like a face. That's very strange. Well, I told you these things are. I'm not as clear as I wanted to be earlier. The solutions, clearly, we have to get rid of all politics. Politics is gone as a system. We do not have, each one of us will retain our identity and our sovereignty. And whether we go along with any of these extra laws that they keep inventing and principles that they forget, we have to make the great jump. Just the other day, I decided to address the Governor General through a group of people that simply said, "Listen, we're just taking ourselves out of this political nonsense game, and in fact, unless there's some real principle behind what is being done, we're simply going to ignore it." And I think that's a pretty healthy thing to consider, because children, We are now not so much in a physical sense of war. We're in a war for the hearts and minds of a whole people. We love that thoughtful thing that I see on one camera and it's not clear on the other. That's amazing. Oh, now I can see it on this one. Anyway, I should be absorbed. I should focus a bit. And in fact, I'm not too happy with this one at all. It was my first effort to get coherent in this way, and I don't feel as spontaneous in some way. I don't think I said a prayer either. Holy Father, Holy Mother, help me to do Thy holy will. Show me the way. I've come to the conclusion I must be some kind of a archangel. Now, a archangel is somebody says, "Hey," and there are a lot of archangels around trying to say to people, "Whoa, hold on here, have a little common sense." And that's what we need. We need earth angels and archangels, people that are ready to speak up the way I'm trying to do it, trying to bring a sense of future possibilities. In other words, positive outcomes. So, how long have I been on? My God, I've been on 11. That's terrible. I'm just rabbling on here. I should have smoked before I turned on, so I'm going to stop now. And there's nobody watching, so nothing is lost. Uh, this could be. I'll let it go. Oh, I can't edit. Great. I think this would be on the editing floor, as they used to say. Thank you very much. Thank you, studio. Thank you for everybody that manufactured this possibility for a coherent effort to say Shiva, Shiva brings truth and hope. Following a great cataclysm brought about greedy, ignorant, stupid, careless, aristocrat mind people with no common sense. It's not their fault. But enough is enough. We're now in a completely chaotic world around state, and slowly but slowly the door to common sense will open. Children, do not entertain fear. Do not be afraid. Be kind to one another. Make friends when you can. Friend people up is okay. We used to call it space cadets. I think we're all going to be space cadets in a wonderful new space called Sattva Yuga, a whole new era. And boys and girls, there will be no war. The plow will provide from Mother Earth all we need to grow. And there's no fear. Mother Earth and Father Son, and we angel people, we people who are here to see goodness done and to do no harm ourselves. And if we have fallen from grace, we pick ourselves up and say, just lost a wing there, bad crash, but it's in the past. And I think the future is going to be absolutely beautiful. So laugh when you can, smile if you should, and nobody should tell you what you should do unless you fall off the path. Happy trails, and world around peace should be our cry. Oh, Holy Father, Holy Mother, holy world at peace awaits us all. We can liberate, and we will triumph in our lifetimes. Thank you.